You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Looking for solutions this morning after the most recent school shooting, what the governor of Texas plans to do to make students safer.
Plus, school safety here on the Suncoast, the big decision to close a busy road that some say is dangerous for students.
And the unexpected visitor captured on one family's doorbell camera. Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast. Hard to see it right there. 6 o'clock, good morning, May 22nd. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. And John Scalzi is here with one word in the forecast: rain.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Although tomorrow we might get a little bit of a break. We might see a little bit more sunshine around tomorrow, so that'll be nice. Probably one of maybe 2 nice days this week before we get some more rainfall. And you know what? We could use the rainfall. It's done wonders for our fire danger index across the state of Florida. I mean, the fire season's about over now. It has been lowered from high and extreme categories down to low as it gets. More rainfall on the way, though. You can see right now showers building to the south of us, and with a little daytime heating, we'll see those pop up across our region. Heavy at times. Morning drive time commute should not be a problem. Don't see a lot of rainfall around, though an isolated shower not out of the question. More moisture continues to lift north out of the Caribbean across the state of Florida and into the Gulf with time. All of that now designated an Invest 90L, meaning that hurricane models are going to be run on that system and data will be collected so that more accurate forecasts can be made with time. We're looking at more heavy rainfall today, and Cooper and central Sarasota reported a 3-inch rainfall yesterday, and that's pretty representative of some places in the state where over the last 2 days have seen in excess of 5 inches. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
Thank you, John. Here's a live look now at State Road 64 east of the interstate at the Greyhawks Landing entrance. It's a subdivision there. The state DOT wants to put a rotary, a traffic roundabout right there, and there's a public hearing later on today to talk more about that. Residents who live there have been asking for something, a red light, a roundabout, to slow things down right there. Again, that's a live picture. Details of this story this hour on Good Morning Suncoast. But now look at the rest of the maps. Had some earlier issues that have since cleared up in Manatee County. You'll see some problems there at the 301 State Road 70 area. Be aware of that. Also some damp roads out there right now. Checking farther south the maps into the upper half of Sarasota County, you'll see Clark Road has some issues in the westbound lane as you get from Beneva and head down towards Swift. Otherwise pretty clear there. And then our final maps to the south will show still some debris in the road northbound there. We'll click on that. They'll tell you that exit 182 Sumter Road in Northport, debris in the road. So if you're coming from the southern viewing area, be aware of that possible delay as you head north on I-75. Happening today as families prepare to hold funeral services for the students and teachers killed last Friday in Texas, residents want an end to gun violence. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has planned 3 days of discussion. He says they need to do more to keep children safe after 8 students and 2 teachers were killed in a school shooting last Friday.
It's essential that we hear from the experts before any hard and fast conclusions are arrived at so that we can have all the information placed upon the table and find the right solutions.
The governor's roundtables will include parents, educators, and those on both sides of the gun debate.
Well, sometimes even the smallest gesture can make a big difference in the lives of others. Retired carpenter Greg Zanis is delivering wooden crosses to the families of the school shooting victims in Santa Fe, Texas, to memorialize the lives that were lost.
I'm just, like I say, I'm devastated again. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't have any profound statement.
He's now put 500,000 miles on his truck from traveling around the country delivering crosses to mass shooting victims and their families. Recently, a local Las Vegas television station even donated a new truck to him so he can continue to reach out to families who've lost a loved one. Well, back here at home, city commissioners took a step last night they hope will keep students safer at one Sarasota high school.
They voted to extend the time that School Avenue is closed within the campus of Sarasota High School. Closed now to vehicle and pedestrian traffic. An update now from the scene right there from Marla Spence. Marla, what happened last night?
Good morning, guys. School officials say this is a change they've been waiting to see for some time now. They say extending the time to close traffic on this road will help keep the schools safe and also students safe. Now, this is a new change that came yesterday at a city commissioners meeting. City leaders voted 4-1 in favor of extending the time School Avenue will be shut down at Sarasota High School. This will include all cars, pedestrians, and bicycles. School Avenue has been closed during school hours until 2:30 each afternoon. Now School Avenue will shut down from 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. on school days. A security guard at Sarasota High School says this is a good first step, but would like to see School Avenue closed for good.
I've been through a lot of different situations there with drug dealers, pedophiles, people running from the law that were armed, that could have just come on our campus very easily. So to me, this is the best thing that could happen right now. I'd still like to see the road closed permanently.
Coming up at 6:30, we're going to be telling you when this new change will officially go into effect. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Sarasota for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. For more on this road closure and other school safety matters, download our ABC 7 News app. If you don't have it yet, just head over to the App Store, look for WWSB or My Suncoast. You can also find more on mysuncoast.com.
Developing overnight, 2 people are behind bars after a drug bust in Northport. Police searched a home after several complaints from neighbors on a street called Exotic Avenue. When police entered the house, they said they found drugs, used needles, meth pipes, ammo, and this note that read, "Do not answer the door for the police." No word yet when they'll make their first appearance in court.
Well, Florida's largest power company is about to get a lot bigger. NextEra Energy says it's reached a $6.5 billion deal with Atlanta-based Southern Company to buy Gulf Power as well as Florida City Gas. Now, NextEra Energy is actually the parent company of Florida Power and Light, which has about 5 million customers. Now, Gulf Power is the main utility company in Northwest Florida with about 450,000 customers. NextEra expects to complete both of those acquisitions by the beginning of 2019. And a follow-up this morning on a story that we brought you last week. We now know just how many red light cameras in Sarasota aren't working. 66 cameras in the city were installed way back as early as 2010. As many as 10 of those are now not working properly, some due to new construction, some due to tree growth, some to wireless connectivity issues, and some were even vandalized. The Sarasota Police Department has been in charge of the cameras since they were put in place, but it's in talks now with city leaders to pass along that responsibility to the city's Human Resources Department.
From a perspective, that's great for us because I don't want a police officer managing cameras and buying them and where to place them and all that. I want police officers doing police work.
The Sarasota Police Department says it will cost thousands to repair existing cameras and add new cameras with advanced technology. They're proposing about $150,000 to add to next year's budget to restore the camera system and designate a full-time employee to oversee that program.
Sure sign of summer, lifeguards will extend their hours on the beaches through Labor Day. They'll be on duty from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Lifeguard hours in Sarasota County will not change. They patrol from 10 a.m. until 4:45 p.m.
Happening today, the Bradenton Dream Center is now a reality. It's a nonprofit organization that provides free after-school programs for kids, kindergarten through 5th grade. The grand opening event will be held this morning at 11:30 at the center. It's located on 9th Street West in Bradenton.
Still ahead, an unexpected visitor at a Suncoast beach. Not a tourist either.
The best video of a waiter that jumps into action a la the crocodile hunter. We're going to have that story for you when we come back.
He deserves an extra tip for that one. There's a peek outside our window at the Rosemary District in the downtown Sarasota area. Now, we can look at that, but John Scalzi sees things in that picture that we just don't see. He says it's a little blurry. That means it's humid out there.
It is indeed a little humid out there. And, in fact, you'll probably see some pretty decent rainfall today. Well, I'll get a little bit of sunshine too this morning, but that sunshine will only help to bring us better chances of rain as we head into the afternoon. Quiet on radar currently, but boy, will that change as tropical moisture continues to lift northward. 90L, that's a newly designated invest in this tropical mess down to the south. That just means that the Hurricane Center is going to start collecting data on this and running computer model simulations on it so that the forecast down the road will be a little better. Right now, 40% chance of development. More on that in a second.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $249 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So the forecast for today is very similar to what we saw yesterday. We'll probably see some periods of heavy rain in the afternoon, but for the morning commute, for your school bus pickup this morning, things look okay. We're looking at about a 20% chance of showers. There may be an isolated sprinkle around, but I think these heavy, consistent downpours of rain that we saw yesterday in the afternoon, those will, like yesterday, kind of hold off until later in the day. 50% chance of that happening by 12 noon. By 3 p.m., that rain chance goes up to 60%. And then as we head into the evening rush hour, I think we'll probably still see some pretty good showers around. Wet weather continues on the Suncoast, but right now the radar not showing a whole lot of action. In fact, we might even see a peek at the sun as dawn breaks on the Suncoast, and that will just help to destabilize the atmosphere, similar to what it did yesterday. This tropical plume of moisture continues to lift north, and over the 5-day period, the Hurricane Center gives this broad, disorganized area of low pressure down to the south about a 40% chance of development as it lifts northward. Not surprising that they've upped it from 20% to 40%. Because the conditions later on down the road are going to be improving. So you add an extra day on to the forecast 5-day period, and you get a better chance of development down the road. Looking at the system, well, I think what we'll see is high pressure building in tomorrow, providing us with a little bit less rainfall around as the rain is kind of pushed further to the west. But that won't last long as this low begins to lift north onto the Gulf waters. We'll start to watch those rain shower chances begin to increase on Friday, and particularly over the weekend when we have a potential for some heavy rain falling. And in fact, that would just exacerbate an already bad situation because the ground is already saturated, the rivers are increasing, some of them at bank full already. So the last thing we need is some excessive rains. So don't be surprised if later in the week we see some flood watches issued for parts of Florida anyway, because of the potential of some of those heavier rainfall totals. So heavy rain possible today at times, then a break tomorrow, then better rain chances. Spaghetti plots for this system, they are beginning to be run now because it has been designated as an Invest 90L, first one of the season. And the spread is tremendous on these models right now. I think with time we'll see them converge. My feeling is I think we'll probably see them converge on the central Gulf waters as opposed to the eastern Gulf waters closer to Florida. But it's still too early to tell, and we'll know more as the models continue to be run. But here's the interesting part. Today, tomorrow, you know, we pick up an additional 1, 2, maybe some isolated 3-inch rainfalls. But over time, as we head into the weekend and that system lifts into the Gulf, our rainfall totals spike up to 5, 6, maybe even 7 inches of rainfall across some parts of west central Florida, and that could indeed lead to some issues down the road. Now, water temperatures are marginal right along our coastline for any kind of tropical development, so we're not expecting to see a strong system hit Florida. But out in the central Gulf, we have a loop current. This is a kind of a standard feature out here in the oceanographic currents, and it does have some warmer waters. If the system tracked closer to that, could see stronger potential. Plus, down the road, this graphic shows you the ripping winds aloft that would tend to tear apart a tropical system. In this case, the blue is strong winds aloft that would tear apart the tropical systems. They're kind of strong for the first couple of days, but as we head into the weekend, you start to notice these reds of lesser shear. Redder is worse for us because that means better conditions for tropical development, and that increases in the north central Gulf waters. So it is possible that if that system tracked up toward the Louisiana Delta in the last few days of its life before moving on shore, it could strengthen. We'll watch for that. In any event, it won't be a windstorm for us. Southeast wind at about 5 to 10. The forecast calling for a daytime high today, held down by cloud cover with good chances of rainfall. As we head into the weekend, heavy rain possible, and I'll designate Saturday and Sunday first alert days because of the potential of some low-lying flooding. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic. Starting to see some more delays and some more congestion. Now we're getting a little bit later in the morning. 301 State Road 70, always a hot spot as it is right now in Manatee County. In Sarasota County, those roads aren't too bad out there. Starting to see a couple slowdowns right there on 75 as you're coming off of onto Fruitville Road. Another spot to tell you about right there on 75. Southbound, there's an accident right there at 205, which is Clark Road. Again, I-75 in the southbound lane, there's an accident right there at 205, which is Clark Road. A little bit farther south into the area, those roads aren't looking too bad. We do still have another spot on 75 to tell you about. This one is in the northbound lane. There's some debris on the road that is near exit 182, which is Sumter Boulevard. So if you're heading north on I-75 and you go by exit 182, there is some debris on the road that may slow you down right there. But other than that, your roads are looking pretty decent out there this morning. It is 6:18, and that is your first alert traffic.
Caught on camera an unusual visitor to the beach near the Venice Pier yesterday. Look at this. A waiter at Sharky's gave his customers quite a show when a snake slithered onto the sand. Dylan Baston put his tray down, grabbed the snake with his bare hands, and used a plastic claw to move the snake away from customers and into a grassy area.
I just walked him down the shore a little bit, into the brush, and went deep into the woods a little bit to let him go in there, away from people and away from the restaurant, and also away from predators.
Well, Baston, you see, has had snakes before, and he is quite comfortable with them. He thinks it was a whipping snake, by the way, Stephanie.
Oh, well, if it's not snakes on a beach, it's gators on a porch. One South Carolina family found an unannounced visitor on their home security camera footage. Look at this guy. Oh, no. Things you don't want to see on your front porch. This gator made himself comfortable right there in front of their cameras.
Wow.
Now, the family says they actually got an alert on their phone from the home security system showing that there was some kind of activity outside, but when they woke up, nothing was there. Little did they know.
I don't think about gators in Charleston, South Carolina.
No, not so much.
6:19 right now, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Well, they may live in paradise, but this morning, residents of Hawaii's Big Island are now under a different urgent health threat this morning thanks to the Kilauea volcano. Plus, Marla?
In an effort to keep students safe here at Sarasota High School, city officials agreed to extend the time to close traffic here on School Avenue. When drivers can expect that road closure and when will it go into effect? That's coming up at 6:30.
Here's a live look, though, at Hawaii right now. This is a live picture, folks. Man, about 1:19, 1:20 in the morning out there right now, and the volcano continues to spew. It's causing respiratory issues now as the lava hits the water. We'll have more about that on the Good Morning America First Look in about 5 minutes. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs right at home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call right at home. Get the right care right at home.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
WWSB ABC 7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC 7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Well, she is only 19 years old, but she is now the new American Idol. Maddie Poppy won season 1 here on ABC. It was between her and her boyfriend, Caleb Lee Hutchinson, for the title. Now, the two announced their secret relationship during the season finale of Idol, shocking host Ryan Seacrest and the judges. Not a bad ending to ABC's first season of the show. It has already been renewed for season 2.
Another big show last night, ABC. Olympic medal winning figure skater Adam Rippon and his partner Jenna Johnson are the winners of ABC's Dancing with the Stars Athletes Edition. Tanya Harding, Josh Norman, and Rapon all made it to the final three. Rapon's jazz routine and freestyle won the coveted mirror ball trophy. It shouldn't be a huge shock that Tanya Harding did that well, because after all, figure skating is not a huge departure from dancing.
There's a little things, but I watched some interviews with her, and she said the formatics are a little different, but she can just pick up on the choreography easier. That's her advantage.
Right.
All right, moving on. There is an urgent warning this morning on the Big Island of Hawaii for people to stay away from toxic steam that's created by lava that hits the ocean.
ABC's Candace Gibson tells us about the lava's health effects.
In this morning's GMA First Look, that lava flow intensifying, the scope so wide the only way to see it from the air. Fissure number 22, glowing red, dominating the landscape.
Simply astounding. You can see the massive height and the size and width of that lava fountain. It is unlike anybody here has ever seen.
That lava lake now lapping up against the area's geothermal plant. 50,000 gallons of flammable liquid have been removed, but officials say one of its 3 wells hasn't been capped.
It's actually creating 2 separate branches or forks of a lava river that are flowing at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. You can actually feel the heat radiating 2,000 feet up.
That lava at 2,000 degrees, hot enough to melt gold and, of course, rocks. And we'll have a live report from the Big Island coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
I thought I was managing my moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, but I realized something was missing. Me. The thought of my symptoms returning was keeping me from being there for the people and things I love most. So I talked to my doctor and learned Humira can help get and keep UC under control when other medications haven't worked well enough. And it helps people achieve control that lasts, so you could experience few or no symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, control is possible.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota for big savings on new Ram trucks. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. And right now, get the all-new redesigned 2018 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $23,999. Or save big and get up to $12,400 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota.
With the Brinks prepaid MasterCard, it's easy to manage our money. I get a text alert every time our card is used, so we always know our balance.
And we're protected from unauthorized transactions. Brinks gives us peace of mind.
Introducing the Brinks prepaid MasterCard. With direct deposit, you can get your paycheck or government payments up to 2 days faster.
Brinks knows what's valuable to me, time.
Load money onto your card and then shop online. Pay bills. With Brinks, you can conveniently manage your money online and with the mobile app. Call now or go online to get your Brinks prepaid MasterCard. And in this TV-only offer, personalize your Brinks prepaid MasterCard with your photo for added security. Brinks knows what's valuable to you. Call right now to order your Brinks prepaid MasterCard.
Call 1-800-287-3014.
Or go online. Call now.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference. Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Today, a familiar hero steps forward after the school shootings in Texas. How football star J.J. Watt is helping victims' families.
Plus, school safety here on the Suncoast. This is a live look right now at School Avenue on the campus of Sarasota High School. We'll tell you how access to that road is now changing after a vote last night.
And some sweet treats back on the streets. A childhood favorite is coming back to Sarasota. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
New ice cream truck, and we got the scoop for you right here.
Oh boy, right. 6:30 on Tuesday morning. I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up with us.
Yes, thanks for that. I'm Ray Collins. John Sculte says more rain on the menu.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. A wet afternoon in store for us, especially if we get a little bit of sunshine during the first half of the day, which wouldn't be a bit surprised to see that. We have probably a pretty quiet period for your morning commute and the school bus pickups this morning, but later on this afternoon, I think our radar map, which is currently kind of quiet, will be lighting up just as it did yesterday. This tropical plume of moisture from the south continues to bring this atmospheric river of air right across the Florida Peninsula and set the stage for potentially a very wet weekend. 90L has now been designated as a broad area of low pressure in the Caribbean, and the reason it's given an Invest classification 90L is that it allows the Hurricane Center to run a bunch of computer models on it and therefore kind of hone the forecast over time. 40% chance of development over the course of 5 days. Rainfall totals yesterday over the last 48 hours are impressive. Over 5-inch rainfalls, and you know what? We get perhaps another inch or two this afternoon. That forecast coming up in a few.
All right, John, talk to you soon. A look now at State Road 64 and Grayhawk Landing, where a public hearing is set for later on today. The state is talking about putting in a roundabout right there. A lot of folks who live in that subdivision want something to be done to slow the traffic down on 64. Of course, a lot of trucks come through there and they don't want to slow down, so much more on that and later on our newscast here on ABC 7. Checking first alert traffic. Here's the scene right now. First off in Manatee County, some slowdowns on 301 northbound as you come from Sarasota towards State Road 70. Let's check the next map now. Farther south into the upper half of Sarasota County. A little accident there at Clark Road on the interstate, the southbound lane. An issue there. If you're coming south on 75, prepare for a delay as you reach the Clark Road area. And also, let's check the final maps where we did have an earlier issue at Sumter. Yeah, it's still going on there. Some debris in the road at Sumter Boulevard. That is exit 182 northbound in that case. Otherwise, all clear in our first alert traffic check. Happening today, funeral services are next in Texas for victims of last week's Texas school shooting. As reporter John Lawrence tells us, also being planned right now, 3 days of discussion about guns.
Governor Greg Abbott says Texas needs to do more to keep its students safe.
Better security at our schools, better control of ingress and egress from schools, and perhaps metal detectors.
The Republican from the Lone Star State is hosting 3 days of roundtable discussions about gun legislation this week. Parents, students, teachers, and others are invited to take part. So are people on both sides of the gun issue.
It's essential that we hear from the experts before any hard and fast conclusions are arrived at so that we can have all the information placed upon the table and find the right solutions.
These talks get underway days after 10 people were killed in the shooting at Santa Fe High School.
Where do I start? My mom would have been 64 next week,
She married my father at 17 years of age, and they have been married for 46 years.
I really would like to see some positive changes happening from my daughter. I really would.
Teachers and support staff in the district return to work Wednesday. Students come back May 29th.
We are all in this together. We are hurt but not broken. We are definitely resilient. Continue to pray for us and please keep showering us with love. We are Santa Fe strong.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Now, under Texas law, the student shooting suspect cannot face the death penalty since he's under 18. The most he can receive if he's convicted is life in prison without parole.
Well, victims injured in that deadly Santa Fe high school shooting had a special visitor stop by the hospital yesterday. Houston Texans star J.J. Watt visited the survivors of the shooting. He also stopped to take photos with nurses who have been working around the clock to care for those that are wounded. Now, after the attacks on Friday, the defensive end announced he would pay for the funerals of all of the victims of the shooting. 8 students and 2 teachers were shot and killed in an art classroom on Friday, just 2 weeks before school was to let out for the summer. Well, back here at home, city commissioners took a step last night they hope will keep students safe at Sarasota High School.
Commissioners voted to extend the time that School Avenue is closed to vehicle and pedestrian and bicycle traffic. That road runs right through the middle of the high school campus. Marla Spence is there right now where the road closed about 5 minutes ago. Marla, good morning.
Good morning, guys. School officials and city leaders say that school safety is top priority here at Sarasota High School. They say extending the time to close this road to traffic will help limit the amount of people driving and walking on School Avenue that may not be students, faculty, or staff. Now, last night, city commissioners voted to extend the time School Avenue will be shut down at Sarasota High School. A security guard for the school says there have been times in the past where drug dealers and people running from police have driven through School Avenue. Now, with the new change, this could limit events like that from happening. The new change will prevent all cars, pedestrians, and bicycles from driving through School Avenue between 6:30 a.m. and 10:30 p.m. on school days. City Commissioner Hagan Brody is a graduate of Sarasota High School. He says this closure has been long overdue.
Of school safety, and people are demanding action on school safety at this time, and I was happy to be a part of some change that I think will benefit the students and create a safer environment for them to go to high school.
And the road closure for School Avenue will officially go into effect fall of next school year. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Sarasota for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. New developments this morning on the future of the Sarasota Bayfront. The design team from Boston has reportedly revealed their newest drafts, narrowing it down from 3 concepts now to 2. One is called the Bridge and the other is called the Canal District. This involves those 53 acres around the Van Wezel. Now, another public forum is set for this afternoon at 5:30 at the Sarasota Municipal Auditorium. A final master plan is expected in September. And they sure seem to be popping up all over the Suncoast. 2 more roundabouts are in the beginning stages at Bradenton area intersections after a number of car accidents at Grayhawk Boulevard and Pope Road, as well as Lorraine Road and 145th Street East. Now, FDOT is hosting a public workshop tonight to talk about plans surrounding those new roundabouts.
I think it's going to be a win-win from not only a traffic perspective, but roundabouts certainly have also been proven nationwide and really worldwide to be a safety improvement over non-signalized intersections. They reduce the most severe crashes, they reduce fatalities, and we really think it's going to be an improvement at this area, certainly at a place like Grayhawk, where we've seen a number of crashes that have happened in the last couple of years.
We'll be discussing the 2 proposed roundabouts. It's going to be at Bayside Community Church on State Road 64 between 5 and 7 o'clock tonight.
With so much rain right now, some local utility departments are concerned the change from extreme dry to extreme wet could damage infrastructure, especially underground water main pipes. And that could lead to an increase in water main breaks. They say as more water falls, the ground shifts, causing pipes to break.
Water fills all the void spaces and the pores and the sand and the shell and all those things, and things move. They move a little bit.
The City of Venice says their utility workers are on high alert to respond to any breaks that could occur, especially with more wet weather expected this week.
Bring back the ice cream trucks. That's what one city commissioner is making a push for in Sarasota. Hagan Brody is asking commissioners to get on board with an ordinance that would allow ice cream trucks in the city and other mobile businesses like food trucks. Now, currently there's a ban on those mobile businesses because some say it represents a danger to children's safety.
The broader issue is, are we going to be friendly to startups and entrepreneurs and small businesses? This is an example of something that we can do to increase the, really improve the business atmosphere in the city of Sarasota. And, you know, the kids will enjoy it too.
All right, next it's going to head back to the commission for consideration and a public hearing.
It's really not a vanilla story. Very interesting.
Oh boy, Ray, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Sorry about that. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is answering tough questions. We'll tell you where he is testifying today. But first,
it is a beautiful morning outside. Okay, not really,
what are you
John
looking
Scalzi. Save me from Ray's jokes, John Scalzi. Save us all.
Yeah, if you can't lick them, join them. You know, so we're looking at some cloud cover out there, but there's also some breaks in the clouds that could actually bring us a little bit of sunshine and perhaps some better chances of rainfall. Looking at the forecast for the kids at the school bus, well, it could be worse. Could be worse. I think as they head off to school, likely to see maybe an isolated shower, but not a huge chance. A little bit of cloud cover, but on the way home, showers will be likely. Some of them could be heavy, actually. I'll only give it about a 3 out of 10 chance of seeing an outside recess today, with, of course, rain being the big issue. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a second.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score. It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach. Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com. Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Let me take you hour by hour through the day and see what we have here. A 20% chance of showers as we head into the 9 o'clock period. Not much of a chance of rainfall then. As we head into the noontime hour, that rain chance goes up to about 50%. And then as we head into the evening, I think we'll continue on with that 50 to 60% chance of rainfall and a kind of sloppy, wet drive time. Forecast shaping up like this. Currently, rainfall is at a minimum, just not a big chance for rainfall today, this morning rather, but later on today we'll see more of those showers from the south begin to move into our area with a little daytime heating. We continue to monitor the tropics. The Hurricane Center now giving a 40% chance of development over a 5-day period as this large, broad, disorganized area of low pressure lifts into the Gulf waters and starts to enter into an area more favorable for development down the road. The forecast, I think, calls for high pressure to kind of try and build in and then retreat. As it builds in, it provides us with slightly lesser rain chances tomorrow. You'll have a lot more sunshine around tomorrow, a chance to dry out. Low pressure lifts up to the central Gulf waters, I think, with time, and perhaps develops as we head into the later part of the work week, and it closes in on parts of, I would think, north Gulf Coast. Heavy rains possible for today at times, similar to yesterday. Some drying tomorrow. And then, unfortunately, for the holiday weekend, it does look like it's going to be a wet period. In fact, it looks like we could have some heavy rain, even excessive rain around over the holiday weekend. That could lead to some localized flooding. Don't be surprised to see some flood watches issued later in the week. Spaghetti plot of this system, they are starting to be produced now because it has been designated an Invest 90L, the first one, L meaning Atlantic, so it's an invest in the Atlantic basin, and the Hurricane Center will start collecting data, running suites of specialized models on it to hone the forecast for their forecast team's use. We'll watch this system lift northward, but I'll tell you what, where it goes is still kind of up in the air. A big spread in the computer models. Some of the more reasonable ones, I think, kind of put it more toward the center of the Gulf waters. And in fact, the prognosis right now from the Hurricane Center kind of splits the difference and puts it in the center of the guidance, right in the center of the Gulf waters. Now, there is a kind of loop of warmer waters in the central Gulf. It's called the loop current. It's a kind of permanent fixture there, semi-permanent fixture. And this eddy contains some warmer Gulf waters in the 80s. That would be very conducive for future development of this system. Around our coastline, the water temperatures are a lot less, so we'd have less chance of seeing development. Now, in this image, the ripping winds aloft are what tear a hurricane apart. Red means low shear and a kind of a hot spot for development, but these blue colors are really tearing winds that would limit the development of this system. So over the next several days, I don't think we'll see much development as it's in the blue area. But as we progress through time, by Friday, we start to see the things change, and we'll get a hot spot for development. Could lead to that 40% chance of development as it lifts north into northern Gulf waters. In any event, what it means for us is increased rainfall chances as we head into the holiday weekend. This won't be a rainstorm. It'll be a wet storm is what it will do. Southeast winds at 5 to 10 knot winds this evening, moderate chop, and here's your forecast. We'll call for today good chances of rain, heavy at times. Tomorrow, a little bit of a break, only a 30% chance of showers. That continues into Thursday. And then Friday, we start to see that system inch closer to the central Gulf, most likely with a 70% chance of wet weather. Tropics will be watched carefully, and then Saturday and Sunday I'll call first alert weather days because of the potential of some heavy, even excessive rain, which carries on into Monday. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside. Your first alert traffic. Starting to see a couple more delays in Manatee County. 301 as you're heading towards State Road 70. Starting to see some delays in that area. And then down in Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad out there. We did have one area to tell you about right there on 75. If we can bring that one up real quick. It's an accident in the southbound lane of 75. There's an accident right there at Clark Road, exit 205. Again, I-75 in the southbound lane. There's an accident right there at exit 205, which is Clark Road. A little bit farther south into the area, those roads are also looking pretty decent so far. If you're heading towards Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda in the next half hour or so, your commute will be an easy one. Well, new this morning, police body cam footage has been released by the Miami-Dade Police Department after a man opened fire at a Trump golf resort.
As ABC's Andrew Perez shows us, the footage shows police firing shots and dodging bullets.
The intense exchange is captured on police body cameras. officers moving in, bullets piercing the glass at the Trump National Doral. They search for a gunman dressed all in black.
He's going downstairs to the ground floor and she's moving on back.
You see the damage inside. At this point, officers have no way to know that the American flag you see on the right was draped over the front desk by that accused gunman. Police move upstairs, communicating the whole time. That's where they capture the man, identified as Jonathan Odie.
We need to know there's more subjects than one.
I do have funds to pay for my attorney, but I haven't had time to meet with him yet.
Odie, appearing before a judge, denied bond and seeming confused most of the time, repeatedly raising his hand, wanting to talk, to ask questions. His public defender muting his microphone.
If you want to speak, it's fine. I'm happy to listen. Your attorney turned the microphone off, though. Probably a wise move.
The black drape now at the resort likely hides the damaged glass at the front of the Trump National Doral. Police said Odie yelled anti-Trump rhetoric during the incident. According to social media posts, Odie was born in South Africa and became a U.S. citizen just last year.
All right, also happening today, we have more information here locally, or internationally, about Mark Zuckerberg. The Facebook CEO is headed overseas today to speak in front of Parliament. Zuckerberg will likely face some tough questions about his handling of users' personal information on the social media site Facebook. This appearance comes just days before the European Parliament updates the rules governing how companies store and treat users' personal data.
Still ahead, our top 7 before 7.
That, of course, includes a look at your first alert weather and traffic as you get ready for the day.
Here's a peek outside our window. 81 for a high today, but again, a 60% chance of rain. Top 7 straight ahead. I'm Good Morning Suncoast.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration. Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
Welcome back. It is 6:53, and here's your top 7 before 7.
First off, John Scalzi's first alert weather forecast.
Take your umbrella with you today. You're going to need it. Also, your First Alert weather app. We're looking for showers and thunderstorms again with heavy rain likely later today. Don't forget, we have on our website an update that I've just posted on what an invest is. We now have a new one in the Caribbean with a 40% chance of tropical development. Plus, on our Facebook pages and on our weather app, I'll be updating information regarding some interesting graphics concerning the forecast for that system. Back to you guys.
All right, number 2, now we'll check the roads. An issue there, I-75 southbound. An accident at Clark Road. Be aware if you're heading south on 75 around State Road 72.
And number 3, a decision has been made. Commissioners decided to extend the time that School Avenue is closed to vehicle and pedestrian traffic. The new change will prevent all cars, pedestrians, and bicycles from driving through that area between 6:30 in the morning and 10:30 on school days to keep kids safe.
All right, number 4 now. 2 more roundabouts are being planned on State Road 64 at Grayhawk Boulevard, also at Lorraine Road. A public workshop is set for tonight at the nearby Bayside Community Church.
Number 5, lava from the Kilauea volcano is spewing and is causing some new health concerns as it hits the ocean. It forms this toxic steam, and residents there are now urged to stay indoors.
Number 6, they're coming back to Tampa. The Lightning lost to the Caps last night, 3-0. Series now 3 games apiece. Puck drops tomorrow at 8 p.m.
And number 7, what's trending? 19-year-old Maddie Poppy. She is your new American Idol. It came down to her and her secret boyfriend, finalist Caleb Hutchinson. The two revealed their hidden relationship on last night's season finale. It actually did pretty good to ABC's first season of having the show. It has been renewed for season 2. We got a new Dancing with the Stars winner. We got a new American Idol winner. All kinds of winners. So
got a new invest.
We got a new invest. That's not a winner.
Kinds of things going on. Yeah, again, we've updated information on our website, mysuncoast.com, on our weather app in about 10 minutes, so you'll want to check that out.
All right, stay dry. Grab the umbrella again today, and thanks for watching Good Morning Suncoast.
Good Morning America is up next.